Welcome
Bye.
to the TAE Time. I don't know why I looked over there when the camera's over here. But
I thought you
yes,
were looking at me.
yeah, I did look at you, but then I looked over there.
Oh,
Then I looked at the camera and I
okay.
was like, but yeah, we're back for this week's
Yes,
episode.
we're back.
We've only missed 1 week since we came back,
I love that for
you know?
us.
And so we're at least getting back into routine, which is obviously the biggest thing. Because it is actually like, despite it, like we actually are busy guys. Like we actually have busy lives, unfortunately, and it's only just gotten more. It's just gotten busier as we've gotten older.
But also,
Which
you
is
know
crazy.
what it is? Like, I always feel like, okay, now that we're back, say after like Thailand, it was like, we're staying home, we're not moving.
Yeah.
We're amazing. And then a whole bunch of stuff comes up. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we need to do this, oh, we need to do that, we need to go, blah, blah, blah.
And it's
then
literally where we're living
it's
as well.
constant. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
even like
Yeah.
like we're going anywhere. It's like there's actually things. Yeah, like
and it's constant. And then I got really excited after Paris.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's nothing. But in my head, I already knew there's something.
Yeah.
But because there's nothing in the calendar, I was like, oh my God, we're going to be home for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
definitely, and I feel like it gets like that, especially when you're older.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, Monday to Fridays is like near impossible to plan anything with anybody, so it automatically becomes the weekends.
Yeah.
And then our weekends are already busy, obviously, because like, I guess that's like one thing we can touch on is like we try to spend time together. Because I do obviously spend time with Nicoleta, despite the fact that I work from home and she's at home. Like we do spend some time, but it's not like quality time.
Well, it is.
Like it is kind of quality time, but not like as
Like our evenings are.
yeah, our evenings. Yeah, that's one thing. Because I was talking to Wale about this. I was saying like, what's it called? Because he in the evenings he's been playing Sifu again and like these other games, and I was like, man, I just wish I could get some time to play some video games again, but I just generally don't have the time during the week. Like in the sense of like I only get the time on the weekends because in the evenings I finish work late, and then after I finish work, obviously I want to eat, I want to chill, and I want to spend time,
Decompress.
and I want to spend time with Nicoleta. So it's like I can't play video games and spend time with Nicoleta, right? So it's like we eat and we watch something, and then by the time we're done that, I have to go to bed.
No, but I feel like it's not. I don't think it's actually our quality time because our quality time is eating. It's not
Yeah.
like we're chilling, like even watching something. We're watching something while we're eating.
Yeah.
So it's like we're even as it is, we're hitting 3 birds with one stone, right? We're eating, we're watching something, and spending quality time together.
Yeah.
And then it's bedtime for you.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it's
you sleep a
bedtime.
lot earlier than me.
Yeah, because I have to.
These
I wake up
days-
5 a.m. to go gym, like
Yeah.
so I can like go about my day, and that's the biggest thing. Like if I wasn't going to sleep early, I would have the time.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I'd have time to play, but I don't. And I've been trying to like play on Friday nights, but it is so hard because like as I said, I still wake up 5 a.m. on Friday, and then like it gets to like 11, and we've not like usually in the evenings on Friday we kind of get a little bit more time to do stuff, and then I'm just tired. Like
Yeah,
by 11,
yeah.
I'm just like actually tired, which is crazy. Like I'm actually tired.
He was knocked out on Friday evening, and I was
Yeah.
up watching like the Cape Verde versus Argentina game.
Yeah.
And then he woke up being like, "I can't believe I missed this." And then he's watching at 6 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
bro, why are you up at 6 in the
on
morning?
a Saturday. Yeah, so like my body clock is just like early morning. So yeah, obviously like the weekdays is very hard,
Yeah.
right? So all our plans happen on the weekends. Like we pack our weekends to do things with our friends, to do whatever and everything like that. And then obviously do things together. And then that means it, like bam. It's like, oh my God, where we fitting in like the podcast? And obviously like even like take the clips, like like we actually meant to be putting up clips to like promote the channel more and stuff like that. Somebody's not been doing their job because
one
they've been
bit.
too busy with other things, which is fair.
I feel like I
but-
genuinely don't really have an excuse for it though.
Yeah, one thing I want to do is I need to set some time aside. But things once again, set
You
a
don't
time
have
aside.
that.
It's on the weekend. No, I have to like give up like one morning in the weekend, and it's gonna have to be Sunday because like Saturday morning I go to the gym, and then we go around our day, so it has to be Sunday. But so like kind of like maybe before this podcast that we record because we record on the Sunday, guys,
Yeah.
and then it's like so, and then I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna say the word of what it is because some people find it controversial, and I understand why, to see if I can like try help automate a way making clips anyway, some way, somehow.
Ideal.
And then that way we can still get clips to like promote it wider. Because that's one thing is like since we've came back inconsistently and inconsistently is that we haven't, like, the biggest thing that puts our reach and gets us some viewers is obviously putting out social media content, right?
Yeah.
Like if we just post on YouTube, like, yeah, some people will see it, but like it's not like how, like, think to yourself, how often do you go looking for a podcast like randomly on YouTube and you just find and you just find a new podcast to watch? No, usually it's like you see a clip of a podcast on some kind of TikTok, Instagram Reels,
and I would
shorts.
even go even further to say that when I see a clip, I only go watch that podcast episode.
Yeah,
and then
usually,
I leave the
and then
podcast.
exactly. I like more time when it comes to podcasts. The reason you're listening to podcasts is because there's someone in that podcast that you follow and like, you
Yes.
know. So usually that's why you listen to a podcast. Like, take for example, Toby from the Sideman. You know, he has a podcast with his two
Really?
brothers. Yeah, he has a podcast with his two brothers, right?
Okay.
So, like, for example, no one is randomly coming across Toby's podcast kind of thing. But if you like Toby, you're going to go listen to the podcast because you like him as a person. And that's usually how most podcasts can like work. That's why it's so hard to grow a podcast, obviously, because it's like, it's more of a personality thing and you have to have known the person. And it's not like in our personal lives, well, me anyway, I'm not promoting myself as a social media figure.
Yeah.
So people aren't going to come to the podcast for Farouq because Farouk's not promoting himself.
I would even say that like most people would never in a million years think you would have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Just from knowing you as a
Exactly,
person. It's like why
exactly.
you talk online. You talk on social.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing, right? It's either you're promoting yourself as a social media person or you're promoting the podcast consistently all the time. That's the only way you're going to grow. And yeah, we haven't been doing either of those two
I'm
things.
sorry, guys.
So, yeah. But the people who listen. You know, like, we still have the same consistent, like, people, but, like, obviously, like, to grow it further and do whatever, you know, especially, like, dead Instagram page. 70K followers and dead Instagram page. Yeah.
But this just goes to show one thing. I'm great at building things and then leaving them.
Unfinished projects.
I'm
Nicoleta
really
actually,
good at
to be
that.
honest, Nicoleta is actually very good at doing unfinished projects. She always starts a lot of things and doesn't finish them.
It doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, she does that.
I don't know what it is. I don't know the psychology behind it, but I know that's my forte. I'm extremely good at starting things and not finishing them. And I go in with such a like can-do attitude and so
Yeah.
like, yes, like I'm 100% down. And then I just like leave it. And I give it my all and I'll do great. But then I'll leave it. And I even noticed this, so this is so like small, but like I will start Sudoku games and I will just leave them unfinished and start a new one. I get the thrill from starting something.
Yeah.
But then when it dies down.
But that's a lot of... One, at least you have the ability to start, because that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of people fail to start, right?
Yes.
You know, but that's why consistency matters. Like, if you think about it, like, we were just watching, what's his name? Is like Chris Wines or something?
Oh, the guy eating?
Yeah. And I didn't know who he was. And I was like, oh, this guy is actually on YouTube for like a long time. And funny enough, in the episode, he talks about the fact that he went back to Borough Market, like it was in 2014, like
Yeah,
already.
something like that.
And that video essentially like was like way older. And but he's been on YouTube even before that. So like a lot of people, like, once again, it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed ever, right? Just because you do something consistently for like 20 years doesn't mean you'll actually be successful from it. But obviously, putting in the time and being consistent is what makes it more likely for, like, keeps increasing the percentage odd in which you will eventually blow out.
100%.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like you have to kind of have that consistency, which is something that people do struggle with. I think the biggest struggle, I think like 90% of people fail at even just starting, kind of thing, right? I'm just making up numbers, by the way. But essentially, like 90% of people fail at just starting
No, guys,
something.
he meant that. Argue with him.
They just fail at starting something. And then you have like 9% fail at finishing that thing. Like, you know, like seeing it to the end. And then it's the 1% of people who actually like start, finish, go consistently.
Yeah.
Those are the people who have the highest chance of succeeding. And then only like maybe 0.1% of those people are the ones who actually succeed.
Yeah. But
you
then
know?
that kind of like begs the question of like, what is success and how do you know when you've reached it, right? Because success looks different for different people.
Yeah.
Right? And you can set yourself up goals and obviously have things to work towards. But I think maybe somewhere along the way, it's like you've reached a certain point, and then what? You're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, and it's
I
like,
I think it really depends on what you. I think one thing you definitely want to do is like if you're doing something, and you just do it. You're doing it out of passion. Like let's say you just like content creation or whatever it is, and you're just doing it, and eventually you seem to like start making money off it. Then it's different. Then it's later on that you have to actually decide like what is success in this thing for me. Or am I just doing this for fun? And I'll just keep doing it for fun. You know, like some people just enjoy doing some things, but then obviously once it becomes a business, you actually have to start like thinking about your own life and goals and how it affects you, right? Because it changes very quickly. Like you go from like enjoying making videos and you just love the process of making videos, but then eventually like if because you have more financial means, you have more money, it means you can do bigger things and you're gonna want to do it because you enjoy making videos. And the next thing you know, like you have people reliant on you and like, you know, maybe you have some people you're paying on payroll, stuff like that. It becomes a business. And when it becomes a business, you have to remove your joy of it and start thinking about the success. I know that was a long-winded way for me to get back to the main topic, but the idea is like, and it's something I've even been thinking about recently, is like, what is success? And you actually have to learn to like, what is the end goal? What is the finish line, right? And then based off that, you're like, okay, I have a target. And the thing is, you actually have to like it takes a long time because I've been pondering this question now for the last good few months in my own personal life, and I'm just like, because like guys, I'm old, quote unquote,
no.
according to the young people. I'm saying like according to my cousin and my youngest brother, I'm old, right? Because I'm 28 and I'll be 30 in like a year and a half. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm entering like the whole new decade of my life. What does success mean to me? Like, because as any of you guys know in the podcast who actually listen and the people who know me personally, I just chase money and I just think, and I was like, but I need to figure out where my finish line is. And I think for people in those positions, especially when you like, they're getting vast amount of money. Like, think about the biggest content creator. They're getting vast amount of money. So that's why you actually have to like know what your thing is. Is it like, okay, I make X amount and I'm living this much and I'm doing this and everything's auto running, and it means then I can just make the content I want to make when I want to make it, right? While also staying true to the business that this thing has become, right? Like take Mr. Beast for example. He did YouTube because he just liked making
Yeah.
YouTube videos. Like he was the generation of kids who grew up watching YouTubers become famous and rich, and he just like, I like content creation, right? And now he's hit 500 million subscribers, and like his Beast Enterprise is worth like, it's estimated worth over $1 billion.
They made him his own plaque.
Dollars, yeah,
His
you
own,
know.
like, beast plaque.
So like it like at this stage, it's not just enough for him to just like making videos. There's a whole like corporation behind this where like people's livelihoods are on the line, right? So like he obviously has to think about like, what is the end goal for me as Mr. Beast, and how do I still continue enjoying making videos the way I like making videos, but also making sure I'm supporting all these other people who are doing stuff like that. And I think that's part of the reason why he did like obviously I'm just like taking guesses, but like he started doing like Beast games and stuff like that, because those are things that his corporation can take on
Yes.
and continue doing, that is not reliant, that like obviously right now he's the face of it, but like essentially it's not really reliant on him, right?
Yeah.
It's reliant on the like now tried and true Mr. Beast format rather
Yeah.
than like
But even
him.
calling it like Beast Games and stuff, it almost kind of slowly removes him from
Yeah,
the picture,
exactly.
But he's still the idea behind
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So like, and I think it's pretty interesting question, and hopefully maybe you'll have to ponder that question someday soon. But like, yeah, it's definitely
Hopefully I will.
it's something that's not easy. I think as humans, once you hit something, you always want to do something more. But also, there's a lot of people who are also very good at being content.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Yeah.
Nicoleta is someone that's actually very good at being content.
Yeah.
And what's really crazy, because in our dynamic, I'm the complete polar opposite. I struggle with contentness. And when I say I struggle with contentness, I don't mean as in like, I am very grateful and always content when it comes to other people and what they do in my life, right? Like someone, I'm like very appreciative of what someone does. I'm very like appreciative of of where people in my life are, and I'm like, that's fantastic, whatever. And like obviously, like, quote unquote, like, you know how people are like, oh yeah, like, I'm very happy that it's like I'm waking up today, like, you know, like I could have just died overnight or whatever, you know.
It's
But
like
like, you know,
it's
like,
very rainbows and sunshine.
yeah, but
And
then
I
when
feel
it
like to you it looks like, oh yeah, everyone's just pooping rainbows and like, living this fairy tale. But
but no,
like,
and then but then when it comes to like me, like my own self as a person, I don't feel content. Like I'm always like, all right, that's one thing, now next thing.
I think, yeah, there's definitely something to be said about that and learning how to be content. But because I feel like it really positively impacts your view on life and your like your, what's it called, like the quality of your
Yeah,
life.
the quality of your life.
You know, I think it's really important to learn to be content at every step. And that's why it's also important to set like smaller goals too, obviously, along the way. But when you reach them, and I know we've talked about this before, like literally when Farouq got his first car, like I was happier than he was.
Long.
You know, I was like, oh my God, how exciting is it that you have your own car and it's like such a cool car and like this is all so exciting. And he was just like, okay, well, I have the car now, I need to move on to the next thing. And the same thing happened with like the house and, moving and jobs and salaries and stuff like that. It's always been like, okay, on to the next thing. And I feel like learning how to like pause, take a deep breath and just like celebrate yourself, learning to celebrate yourself is really important.
Yeah, but I guess it's the fear of like complacency, right? It's like, oh, if you celebrate a win and you think a win is good enough, you won't have the drive to go pursue the next step.
That's interesting.
You know, like, so it's like you get complacent being like, oh yeah, I'm in a good position, I'm in a very happy position, alhamdulillah, stuff like that. But then next thing you know, it's like, oh no, I'm stuck here for the last 5 years because I haven't.
But it's
been
all
changed.
about the outlook too,
Yeah.
right? Because you can have people that are very grateful and still be very driven.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's just learning to balance that because I think that's important too. Although I feel like constantly chasing things is such a like capitalistic way of living.
Absolutely.
Like my grandma living in the village in Romania is not like chasing things, she's just like happy to wake up every day, like look after her garden, like whatever it is, health issues, stuff like that. And I think it's important to learn to be happy at every step, and being complacent at where you are, I would say that's reaching success. That's reaching success
Yeah,
in
no,
life.
I truly do believe like true success is you being happy in whatever position you are and like just being satisfied in life. I would truly believe that's true success.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't think I can ascertain.
You're not part of that life.
I don't think I can ascertain. I don't think I'll ever be truly successful because I will struggle too much consistently to be like happy where I am. I planted my feet. I'm constantly always trying to move forward. So I really, that's why I'm very like I don't, not envious, but like I'm like, oh my God, these people are really cool kind of thing. Who are people who are truly happy where they are.
Yeah.
People who are truly happy and satisfied where they are, those are the type of people that I think are the coolest people because you, no matter what position you're in, you are satisfied with your own life, right? And I'm not talking about like, oh my God, someone that's like a bum and like, it's like, I'm happy being a bum. No, I'm talking about someone who's like done whatever they wanted to do and they're like, whether super rich, normal, well off, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter financially, but essentially, like they're whatever position they are, and they're like, I am happy. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy doing this day to day. I'm doing whatever. Those are people I think that are really cool, and they really stand out to me because it's like you know what you want, and and you have gotten it, and now you're just like, yeah, I'm
got
good.
it.
I got it.
I got what I wanted.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
That like I feel like that's winning life, right? Because you're truly satisfied. You're not stuck to any rat race. You're not stuck to any capitalism. You're not stuck to anything. You're just like, yeah, I wanted to be in this position.
But
I'm
what's
in this position.
that like? So okay, my thing with this mentality is it takes for you to be financially free to get to the level that you're describing.
For them, no, I don't believe so. I know I've met people in my life who are working the same company as me, and they're like, yeah, I'm very happy in this job. I
Okay.
enjoy what I'm doing. I've been in this company for like 13 years. And every day I enjoy it and I actually like what I'm doing. And the money is obviously good. My family is good. We're doing what we want. We're having a good time. And it's just like, and they're not worried about financial freedom.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, I'm happy.
So you're saying basically someone that like they can cover the basis financially, that they
Yeah.
can cover rent, they can like have like food,
Yeah,
whatever,
everything, whatever.
and they're happy where they're at.
Yeah, and I'm just
because
happy.
I feel like the way you made it sound
No,
very,
no,
like,
not like, oh my God, financial freedom. No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about people who are genuinely just like, yeah, if this was my day for the next 30 years up until retirement
I'd
and
be
then
happy.
whatever, I'm just happy. I'm very happy.
Okay.
I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy where I'm at. I'm happy with my family. I'm happy with whatever. Yeah, good. That's life.
Yeah.
Life's good, man. Life's good, man. Like, I've met those people at work. I've generally met people like that at work. And those people are always the coolest people to me. Because I struggle with that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, okay, this target, next target. They're like, no, I've hit the target. I have a nice job. I'm making good money. I have a family. I'm happy. It's like we go on a few holidays a year. We do this. I take care of my kids. I watch them grow up.
Sounds like my dream life.
Like, some people are just like, and they're just like, yeah,
That's my dream life.
like, life is good, you know? And it makes you realize that, like, all this, like, constant money chasing and all these other things and different things, whether it's being an entrepreneur or being a CEO or being a whatever, or even not even money related or even whatever, like, anything is like, at the end of the day, you decide, like, what makes you happy. And,
Yeah.
like, if you have it, like, you can just be satisfied. And I've met people who are just genuinely satisfied, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. Like, I don't know what that feels like.
It's a mindset.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
mindset shift.
Yeah, it's a mindset, absolutely a mindset shift. But those people are cool. Those people are very cool to me. You know? So, yeah. You're one of those people, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, Nicoleta is one of
Very
those people that's
different.
cool to me.
Would you
Nicoleta-
say that like I in any way help you stay a little bit more grounded, or
But I feel like
celebrate
I'm
your
very...
accomplishments a little bit more?
Okay, because I was like, I feel like I'm very grounded. by the
No,
way,
in
guys, yeah.
relation to what we're talking about.
A bit. Like, when I see that you're satisfied, I'm like, okay, maybe we're not that bad off, you know. But
No,
like, I'm just
I
like,
said when I celebrate your successes.
honestly, it does nothing for me. I won't lie, guys. I'm
Okay.
so sorry. Like, nothing anybody does, like, when it comes to me,
Yeah.
like, and like my accomplishments, it's just like in one ear out the other. Like, I only feel satisfied when it comes from internal, and I don't get it from internal. So, like, everyone, it's like, I'm like, oh, yeah, cheers. Don't care.
That makes me so sad.
But that has nothing to do with you. That's a problem in which I have to actually work on. It's just like, I'm just like,
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like not necessarily negatively impacting your life. So then it's like, why would I even work on it? I feel like that's where you're at. Like, it's not something that you think about actively.
what I'm trying though. I
Are
told
you?
you I'm trying to, like, decide what my like finish
Okay,
line
but
is.
that's not celebrating your successes along the
No,
way.
because I will be able to celebrate my success when I hit that final decided finish line.
Right.
So that's why because I know I'm not going to be able to flip a switch now
Right.
and be like, oh my God, pat on the back.
But you know, you could though.
I don't think
Say
so.
for example, you could be like, okay, goals for literally break it down daily, right? You could be like, my goals for today are to go to the gym, to eat a pineapple, and to go for a run, whatever it is, right?
Those are standard.
No. But it's like you've accomplished your set goals of the day. And I think when you break it down to like a daily thing, not even daily, but it's like you need to learn how to pat yourself on the back after accomplishing anything.
Oh God, no, I can't do that.
Like, be like, yeah, I did that. Next.
But that's just
'Cause you can be like,
my
next.
brain goes like, that's just standard. Like, that's expected. It's what I'm expected to do. Like, I'm meant to go gym every day.
But it's not
I'm meant
expected.
to do this. I'm meant to do that. Like
But
that.
it's
Like
not.
that's
Like, I think maybe it's because you don't recognize the difficulty associated to certain things, because to you it's just like, this is just what everyone does. But that's not true.
But why am I comparing myself to other people who can't do it?
No, but there's a difficulty in it. Like getting yourself up and recognizing that there is a difficulty associated to getting yourself in the right mindset to like get dressed, go to the gym, wake up at like uncomfortable hours, and just do what you need to do for yourself, right?
So I can appreciate that in other people because I know it's hard for other
Brother.
people. But I'm telling you, in my brain, I'm just like, Farouq, you said if you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So go do it. End of story. Like there's no ifs, buts, when, whatever.
Right.
It's like you say you're going to do this. So that's why if I don't do it, I beat myself up a lot because I'm just like, guy, you're meant to like, you said you're going to do it, you're going to go do it, right?
So that's so interesting. That's another thing. So this is like the yin yang, right? Because, say for example, I'm good at patting myself back when I do things, but I'm also really good at letting things go that don't go my way. Like when I don't do things that I set out to do, I don't beat myself up over it. Whereas I feel like you do.
Oh, I do so much.
So you can't celebrate yourself and you can't let things go.
No, I beat up myself so much. Like I remember it was like 2 weeks ago that I was like, it was like a Friday morning, and I wanted to go gym. Because I always go gym Monday to Thursday, and I wake up like naturally without an alarm, and I didn't have my I put it back on. Actually, it's funny enough. This story is so funny because I put the alarm back on for Friday because of what happened. Essentially, like normally I just wake up Monday to Friday around 5 a.m. My body wakes up and I go gym, right? But I have an alarm. But I always wake up before alarm and then I always turn it off straight away, right? So I have an alarm. I turn it off, get out of bed. But this particular Friday, and I only had the alarm for Monday to Thursdays for context. So, but on Fridays I still wake up. I just didn't want to wake up to an alarm, right? I still wake up around 5, go gym. But this Friday, I don't remember the night before, Thursday, we went to sleep late or something. It was like 12 or whatever. I woke up, it was 6 a.m. I was like, oh my God, it's too late to go gym, blah, de, blah. I remember it's the day I went gym in the evening. Okay. And then I was like, oh my God. And I was like, you're so pathetic. How could you not wake up at 5 a.m. to do whatever? And then it was there, I set my alarm for Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. to make sure that when I lack on Friday, like
the way you punish yourself, it actually needs to be studied. Like I don't understand obviously, and I think it's all to do with outlook on life. I just think you're a little bit more on the negative side, and I'm a lot more on the positive side.
Absolutely, you are.
But I live a much happier life than you ever will and have. Like, for example, if I were
how can we be living the same house, living the same experiences, and somehow her life looks fantastic?
And we're both as productive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we both still show up for ourselves. If I were to wake up that Friday, I would be like, oh my God, my body really needed that rest. Let me rest some more. Do you know what I mean? No. Like, I would never punish myself like that. Nah. I feel like your body speaks to you, right? And if it, like, with the way that we work out and stuff like that, it's easy to get drained and, like, your body just to ask for a little bit more rest. And especially, obviously, as women, a little bit more, too. It's just like, yeah, my body needed a bit more rest. I'll just,
that makes sense.
Resume the gym.
That makes sense.
But, like, why would you punish yourself by being like, I'm going to set this alarm for next week and the week after? And, like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So that's what my alarm rings on Friday mornings now again.
And guys, it's so interesting because we've been together for such a long time, but clearly we are still so different.
Yeah, but come on, like we could never be. If we were the same person, then it's like metamorphism. Like how did we do that? Like yuck. Like like those couples who turn to the same person. That's just a big for me always.
Okay, let's talk about how we've like influenced each other's way of thinking. I'll start.
She said, "Give your brain some time to start spinning them wheels." But
for me, I think with your way of thinking and the way that you are, I think it's really like it impacted me really positively in terms of like the drive that I have for things. Because, say for example, I start things and I finish them, but I feel like because of what I picked up from you and the drive that you have, I'm able to go a lot further than maybe I would have initially, right? So like say I'll start something and I'll stop at level 2. Because of how you've impacted me, I'll stop at level 6, And I feel like I definitely push myself more, because of that. Like I'm gonna be frustrated if I don't do what I set out to do, but I'm still able to let go and not really punish myself and still start again.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's like when I go on a stairmaster and I'm like, if I start at this level, I cannot go below it. I'd
Yeah.
rather die.
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
Yeah. Basically.
But no, I hear it.
Okay, now your turn.
That's good. That's good. No, I like I've said it so many times. I think empathetical thinking is definitely something I've gained from Nicoleta. Like in the sense of like don't get me wrong. There's a difference between like I'm not like some cold hearted monster. Like I can understand when there's like how someone's feeling and why they'd be feeling something, right? Despite the fact that I'm like, why are you feeling like that? You guys like just chin up, just chin up. But I think I would go around for most of my life when I was younger. I'd go around and be like, yeah, I get why you're feeling like this, but like grow up, like like move past it. But I think like now it's like I'm very much more like I understand, I see you, I hear you, and like what can I do to help you, kind of thing, right? Like because I already care about people, but I felt like pushing people the same way I push myself is the right way to go, but that's not the right way to go about things.
Setting people to the same standard.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. Everyone is different, so it's like it makes more sense to like hear them, see them, and then try to help them where it makes sense. And I feel like I've gotten very good at that from being with you. I'm like, okay, cool. I hear everything, makes sense. I don't need to put my input in here unless you want me to. But so like, what can I do for you, and like so on. And I think it definitely helps in life because it really helps you with like seeing other people's perspective and viewpoints a lot easier and stuff like that, rather than like holding true to your own rugged worldview all the time when it comes to situations. So, yeah.
Interesting. How much of your worldview do you think is impacted by your either sickle cell or parenting or environments growing up?
Everything, I think. I think just because I had to fight, like I've just always been like, yeah, like I gotta push through everything. Like I don't believe in not pushing through anything because if I didn't, like it would have been dark like when I was younger in it.
Yeah.
So like for me, like everything is constantly like pushing against something, like I'm breaking through stuff, and I feel like that's just like a very core to my worldview.
I feel, and I've said this to my friends as well, like, and other people when we talk about relationships and stuff, like there's obviously the way you are as a person. You have to be able to see like how it impacts negatively and positively, right? Like your stubbornness can be really difficult to deal with in our relationship issues because I'm like, oh my God, this is so annoying. But then I'm able to see the positives in how you're able to move forward in life and push against all odds to accomplish your own goals, right? So there's like, there's two sides to every coin.
Absolutely.
And I genuinely feel like the way that you think and are is actually so much more positive than like leaning into all the negatives,
Negative aspect,
right?
yeah.
Like because it's so easy, like when people fall sick and stuff, it's so easy to just like lean into it and be like, oh, now I need care, I need to da 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 da. Whereas like being able to pick yourself up and like just like do stuff, it's actually really impressive.
I hear it. I'm like, it makes sense, obviously. But I feel like everybody has it in them. It's just like, I feel like for a lot of things in life, everybody has the ability to do it. The difference is how much you've had the chance to exert it, right? The more you exert something, the better you get at being able to do it, right? Like everybody can do stuff. You just need, it's just consistency.
Muscle.
Like, yeah, it's like you need to actually like exert that thing. And then once you exert it, you get better at doing it and just doing it and doing it and doing it. And
But I think that's why the gym is so good at building
like
the mental.
yeah, that mental, right? Because you're like constantly like you have to push weight, try to get stronger, try to push whatever, and then it builds this mentality in you that you're like, oh, I can apply it to real life. It's like,
I could do more than I think.
Yeah, exactly. I have this barrier. I can push through this barrier.
Yeah.
I have this. I can push through this and stuff like that. I think that's why it's very
Yeah,
good.
because I think it's so much easier sometimes to just lean into the
Oh my God, I'm so
pain
tired.
of
This
it.
is so horrible. Let me just. Oh guys, let me give up.
And all of a sudden, And I think it's very different to your like negative outlook. I think this is more of like I don't know what kind of outlook this is, but where it's like you just see everything being like going wrong, right? Like oh, I'm tired. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is not going my way. You can see so many things going against you
And just give
if
up.
that's like the outlook you choose to have on life. Whereas if you like shifted to like this is going my way. Okay, this didn't go my way, but like this is, and I get more chances to do X, Y, Z. I just think it has more of a positive impact, you know?
Yeah, no. Guys, in the moral of the story, I think you guys should just be more like Nicoleta. I won't lie. Just be more like Nicoleta, not more like me. Just be more like her. And your life will be a lot more sunshine and rainbows. I swear to God. Because she's very good at that. And that's something I constantly try to thrive to be like. But it's not easy for me.
Yeah. But also be like Farouq too, guys. I think it's important to learn how to be driven and pick yourself up when times are tough.
Pick yourself up by the
You
bootstraps.
because you only got yourself.
To be honest, you only do.
You only got yourself. So
You only got
pick
yourself.
yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. Keep it moving, and change the mental. It's all about the mental.
Mental fight. Go Joe.
Mental fight.
Love. But yeah, hopefully this was a random thing, by the way, guys. We didn't even plan on this. Just this is the whole point of talk about anything.
Yeah. Talk about everything. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And because I was even thinking that we were going to talk. No, because that's how we're going to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it because this episode's already getting long enough. About the World Cup and all the other stuff that we're doing.
Oh my God, yeah, that would be so exciting to talk about.
Nicoleta's been like, I've been watching it, but Nicoleta's been watching it.
Not as much as last World Cup
Yeah.
because of the timings.
Yeah,
But I've definitely been a lot more
Nicoleta's
invested.
been watching it. I feel like for me, this is what I'm going to say before we go way into it, because we will hold this up. Especially, it'll be more interesting for us to talk about it next week after a lot of the round of 16 matches have happened. But for me, it's like in round of 32. Obviously, I'm supporting the African teams. They've been nothing but bundle of disappointments, but I'll talk about that next week. And then, but Morocco and Egypt, please.
Rooting for you guys.
But I think it's because everything's been predictable to me. I know what's gonna happen in the sense of like, I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm saying like the game. I was saying to Nicoleta, and we'll talk about it next week. It's like the FIFA is just pushing the big teams through, and the small teams aren't really getting this chance. And it's just so it's like all the games are fucking predictable, and it's just pissing me off. So but obviously the games in which I'm rooting for someone, I'm like there, but the rest I'm just like.
I just want to give the biggest shout out to Verde.
Yeah.
I think the way they showed up and showed out was phenomenal.
Fantastic.
I think Argentina survived that game. I think they won that game fair and square. There was a lot of upsetting things that happened and a lot of favoritism, like Farouq said. But we'll get into it more next week. Because now they're out, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them for real. Shit, man.
So yeah, guys, hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
And we'll see you
in the next one.
Peace.